Hello everyone, Katarina here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I really liked my card with the abstract painting with the mountains and the branch with the black leaves that I painted a few weeks ago. I enjoyed using acrylic paints, so I had to make one more card inspired by abstract painting, this time with summer vibes. As I said, I'm going to be using acrylic paints. These are cheap paints, nothing special. And as always, all the products you will find over on my blog. Link is in the description. I'm using here the Canson XL watercolor cardstock that I cut into the size A6. I'm going to be painting the sky, the sea and the beach. I used a ruler and a pencil to draw two lines, and then I used a washi tape to separate those sections. This way my lines were straight. I will speed up the painting as I'm not doing anything complicated here. I used a flat brush for all the painting of the background. I started with the sky. I mixed light blue with the white to make it even lighter, and I covered the top part of the panel. I'm using a laminated cardstock to mix all the colors, and also I placed one laminated cardstock below the panel. It was just easier to clean. As I said in my previous video, I'm not really good with acrylics. The last time I used them was when I was a kid, so I don't really know what I'm doing, if I'm applying them correctly. But one thing I found helpful, not sure if this is correct to do with acrylics, but using a damp brush helped a lot. Soak it in water, dry it up a bit, and the application was much smoother. After I was done with the sky, I painted the beach. I used a dark yellow for that, and then I let it dry, which did not take too long. Next, I painted the sea. I repositioned the washi tape. I placed it to cover up the painted parts. I was a little bit worried that I will damage the paint, but I did not have any problems. And you can always paint this freehand. I mixed a dark blue with white. I covered up the whole section, and then I let the piece dry. After the piece was dry, I removed the tape, and I started painting the cactus. I first placed a piece of washi at the bottom, just to keep it straight. I mixed green and white, and I started painting. By the way, you do not need to mix the colors with white. You can just go with the color that is in the tube. I just like the colors to be a little bit lighter. I also used another brush for the cactus. It is a flat brush, but it has a round top. It is a perfect brush for this project. The painting of the cactus was super easy. I don't know what are the parts of the cactus called. I just painted the middle part, the biggest part first, and then I painted the smaller stems. One on the right side and two on the left. While the cactus was drying, I painted the sun. I drew a circle using the inside of the washi tape as a guide. I used yellow paint mixed with brown, which turned out almost the same as the beach. I didn't really have any exact shade of the yellow in mind. I just knew I didn't want it to be bright yellow, I wanted it to be a little bit darker. Using the smaller brush I used on the cactus, I covered the whole circle. And this time I didn't mess it up. In my previous video with the black leaves, I messed up the sun a little bit. Here the smaller brush helped a lot. Back to the cactus, I painted in vertical lines using a dark green. This is completely optional. I was just following a painting from a watercoloring book. And you can see that painting of that cactus in one of my upcoming YouTube shorts or Instagram reel videos. Actually, if you would like to follow me on Instagram, my username is nordicbee_crafts. The link is in the description. After I was finished with the lines, I let it dry, and then using a fine liner from Faber-Castell, I drew little V's across the cactus to represent the thorns. Next, I picked a sentiment. I have a bunch of sentiments pre-made, and this one with the words "Let's celebrate" fits perfectly. First, I adhere the panel with the cactus on top of a card base made out of a craft cardstock, and then the sentiment I adhered at the bottom left side using a double-sided foam tape. Of course, you don't have to use a sentiment, this is completely optional, and you don't even need to make a card. Just because I make a card doesn't mean you have to. I'm actually planning to make a bigger painting to hang on a wall. So the card is done. I absolutely love it. It is very easy to paint. I hope you like this card as well. If you did, I would really appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. If you haven't seen my other card where I used acrylics, just click on the video at the top or check out one of my other card videos. That is all for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you soon.